Look at this. Okay, I have left the North Cape area, spent a couple of days just working on videos close to Lakselv, and now I'm heading north and east again. Gonna head up and over the notorious Fjord mountain. There's a TV show on Norwegian television about the snow plowing up on that mountain. There should be a snowstorm tonight, so I might end up in another snowstorm. Yeah, let's head east and north again for some more amazing stuff. So I'm up on Børsfjellet now. That is directly translated stock market mountain. And this is a pretty cool and exposed area. I'm gonna start climbing up to the barren plateau now. This should be exciting. Hope I can find a good parking spot up there. The wind is blowing up now and we're starting to see some snowdrift across the roads here. So they might close this road later today, I think, but we'll see. Completely empty up here. I haven't seen one single car since I drove up on this mountain. Hope there's somewhere to park. Haven't seen any place yet. It's really strange. Might be because of reindeer territory. Some proper snowdrifts here. It's 2 o'clock. It's getting dark. Well, here they are. The gold of the north. I've driven across this mountain once in summer, and it's absolutely gorgeous up here on these high plains. But there's no way you can see any of that now. It's nearly a whiteout in reindeer country. There's so little snow up here. Well, people up here are complaining that all the snow arrived in the south this year, and that is true. But too much snow in the south, and quite little here. This is pretty steep. Gotta be careful here. I am pretty close to where the road is closed. There's a snowplow, and I think this is the start of the snowstorm we're seeing now. I'm not sure if I can get up on this mountain, so I might just have to park here. Here we go. This was on the forecast, and I am expecting it to close, but I'm gonna drive up to this convoy staging area, and I'm gonna see if I'm gonna park here for the night, or if I'm gonna go up on the mountain and park, or if I'm gonna go in a convoy across the mountain. We'll see. It just started snowing like crazy. It just came out of nowhere. There was like clear skies 2 minutes ago. So here it is. Let's see what we're gonna do now. Well, it's on. That snowstorm that was gonna happen tonight happened just as I got in line for the convoy here, and according to the website, it's gonna open, the road is gonna open in 45 minutes, but I'm guessing this weather will make it close instead, so we'll see. I'll just hang out here and get a feel for this. Okay, just got a message on my phone that the convoy is extended until 10 tonight, and on my weather forecast app I see that after 10 it gets really hardcore. The weather here is going to be a storm then, so they'll probably close the road then, but it looks like there should be a convoy leaving from here in 45 minutes, so I think I'm going to take that across the mountain. Would have loved to be up on this mountain. It's such a great place, but it's one of the most brutal mountain passes in Norway, so I think I can forget about that for now. I'm getting some action here now. I have a feeling they might close. As far as the forecast says, it looks like there's gonna be a lot of snow coming down over the next 24 to 48 hours, and you can see it's starting here. I might have to spend the night here, and if I spend the night here, the chances are pretty high that I'll have to spend 2 nights here, because it doesn't look good tomorrow. Kind of easier for me to spend the night than these people in a normal BMW here. I don't know if those are livable vans up front there, or if they're for like snowmobiles or something. Could be. Cool weather. Well, this looks like fun. And weather like this will be snowed down by the morning. Well, here comes the convoy from the other side. So there's a TV show on the biggest TV channel in Norway, NRK, about this mountain here and about the people that drive the plow trucks across here. This is known to be the harshest mountain pass you can drive across, and the people that drive the plow trucks here have the most incredible and most difficult plow truck jobs in the country. So it's a pretty cool place. I'm expecting them to turn around and come up here now. As I came past the gas station down here, a plow truck for the other road that goes out into the fjords, he came and had a big can to get some spare diesel for his truck, so he apparently had some thoughts about it becoming a difficult night. Okay, this is different. They just started here. No chit chat or anything. Kind of love driving in the dark with this camera here, because it picks up the nature around and everything really well. It's a DJI Pocket 3 camera, and it's really good for dark scenes like this. Not as good as my Sony camera in the dark, but this is for something that is super stable. It's just a perfect driving and travel camera. Well, so on Hardangervidda, which I drive quite a lot, the convoys, you have to use your emergency blinkers, and they give you a little pep talk first, but here it's just boom. So maybe it's because it's only locals, and on Hardangervidda it's a lot of tourists. Pretty sure it's not gonna be so bad today, but I have no idea. I've never been here in winter. But the wind on the forecast right now is not crazy. But I guess it doesn't take much up here. It looks pretty pretty poor sight for not being up on the mountain yet, and you can see all the snowdrift. Beautiful and wild mountain this is. If you watched a 2.5-year-old video of mine where I was caught in the worst rain that has ever been measured in Norway, I was caught out on a plane out from this road here. I started from this road here and I went north out into the most remote regions you can find out here. I was using my red Hilleberg tent, and it had a leaky seam because the wind and the rain was so heavy, and that was started from this road here. Maybe I'll be able to put in some footage from that here. That was an epic experience of a rainstorm in the summer in August. Look at this terrain. This is so cool. Fjord Mountain. It's not made by Apple. It's written Fjord Mountain, but it's not an Apple product. Well, I guess there was a meaning to this convoy. It's pretty snowed in now and getting a lot of wind drifts. My camera can keep this in focus. Maybe I'll turn off my backup camera so that I get less glare on the windows. Parked there. I don't think getting off this convoy is a good idea. Parked here. Well, not a lot of space there. close to the high point now. I'm pretty sure that right after where I parked for my stormy backpacking trip, that's where it climbs up to the highest point, and that might be pretty rough. Here's where I parked, or right here. Yeah, here is the sign for the parking. This was a pretty good place to park, and that has actually been plowed. Not now, but not too long ago. And this is the bridge that I crossed and started walking out into to the train from here. So now we go up to the very top of the route here. So now he's slowing down up here. Probably means that it's even slippery a little bit. Yeah. Looks like an avalanche crossed the road here on a flat stretch. Starting to drop down quite steeply, so this is actually the tricky part if it's slippery. So the speed we're going at is 60 kilometers an hour, and that is I don't know, 40 miles an hour ish. So quite fast. Oh, there's actually been an avalanche. Ah, I don't think so. Through the gap of Rohan. through the pass of Caradras. This is the Arctic at it. I think this is the Arctic at its best. Okay, time to start going down. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say that. To Helm's Deep. I'm really having a hard time finding a place to camp today. Everything is just completely snowed in. So just need to keep going. I'm pretty sure I can find something at Tana Blue, which is 40 kilometers from here. 24 miles, but I really didn't want to go all the way down there. But what can you do? Love this stuff though. Just surprised it isn't better plowed. But it's good driving snow, so. Hey. That looks promising. Well, I thought that would be a good spot, but I'm gonna snow in there, and it was sloping in a way that would make it very difficult to drive out. So I'm just gonna continue to Tana. It's starting to get quite difficult to drive here as well now with this amount of snow. So better give some gas here and get going. It's a bit too much snow now in the road. Kind of strange that they don't plow this road better. Nothing is easy about this winter here in the Arctic. Now it's snowing so heavily that my eyes get confused. It's okay driving conditions, but you know, the headlights on this snow is just messing with my head here. If I turn down, you know, helps a little bit, but can see that far then, so I don't know which one will be best. It's almost like when you're in fog and you have to turn down the high beams because they just make it even more difficult to drive. And now it is really difficult to drive, so I'm going very slow, 30 kilometers an hour, 16 miles an hour. 16, and it's coming down. Incredible. This is massive amounts of snow. I'm not really sure I've driven in such heavy snowfall before. So crazy. Different kind of snowstorm. So difficult to drive in. Just following the plow sticks. So actually going over a little bit of a mountaintop here now. Hopefully it'll get a little bit better once I pass this pass or ridge here. Crazy ride. Kilometers to go. Let's get off this ridge here. Yeah, I think we're around the corner. That was crazy. And it's still crazy. Insane. Was the snowplow finally. Should make it a little bit easier, and I think it stopped snowing as much. Well, I'm finally in Tana. That was a really long day, more than twice as long as I wanted it to be. So today I'm gonna chill with a light beer, and it's 8 o'clock now. I'm hungry, only had my cereal for breakfast and 2 cups of coffee. That was a crazy snowstorm over those mountains there after the convoy. That's some of the meanest stuff I've driven in. It was so difficult to see anything. I got all the way down to here. I'm parked in a pretty good spot here. It's like a public camp spot just by the bridge. And there's nobody else here because there's probably nobody else coming up here in this area of the Arctic. Most people will just go to North Cape and back again, but I like to explore these more remote areas. And now in winter, I'm guessing there's nobody up here. Haven't seen any other vans. I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna try making a pan pizza, or I'm gonna try this new oven that I have. All right, so let's try this new pizza thing before it gets too late. I got this pre-made pizza bottom. It needs to cook for 12 to 15 minutes, so I'm gonna do a test run, Just gonna cut off a little slice of it and see if I can use the new oven or if I have to use a pan. Interesting. So I got this new Omnia oven that I got from my sister for Christmas. So kind of a cool product because you can use it as an oven on the propane. But you know, it's got to fit in here, so wonder how to do that. Then this goes under here. This goes on top. I guess I could try cutting out like a circle. Or yeah, that could be it. Or this way around, probably. Make a round pizza. I'm gonna do these. Okay, let's try this first. Gonna add just some sauce and some cheese to this and see if it works. I'm not gonna do any toppings until I know if this works. Let's put them back in. Then this is gonna be interesting. Now, look at this. That actually looks amazing. And they've been in for 10 minutes. I think that's actually enough. Bottom is definitely not finished. Nah. Okay, we'll try another batch and let them cook for longer. Just gonna grab a few of those pizzas here while the new ones are cooking for a little longer. Interesting, the oven definitely works. So I just need to find out how to make it kind of efficient and, you know, get things placed inside of it. Okay, this feels right. Yeah. Now we're talking. Turn this off. Well, I'm glad I kept the paper on, or it would have been an absolute disaster. Definitely need some improvements here. This is a little bit too messy way of doing things. But still, I think they're better cooked now. So 12 minutes, a little bit more heat. Well, not a huge success, but I got a meal from it. It's probably better to just fry this pizza in a pan.